Good morning from FBR. When I say good morning, I really mean good morning. It is 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. that is, on Tuesday morning. So Formula 1 2020 has just dropped. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at exactly what that means for the Formula 1 franchise. Now, obviously, Formula 1 in 2020 has been shortened, cut down. We've only got something like 6 races to go. It's not what it usually is. So I'm very interested to see what they've done with it and exactly what this means. Alright, so this is a fancy looking intro, and it doesn't actually jerk like the previous one. I don't know whether you remember, here at FBR we run everything on through Logitech and through Xboxes, so I don't know whether you guys played it on Xbox previously, but on the intro for 2019 jerked and carried on like it was crazy. So this is a very pretty intro, very cool, got me very excited. Alright, I will spare you all the boring logging in details and whatnot, and we'll go straight to, I think we'll go straight to time trials, and we'll have a look and see what it feels like. I think we'll go Red Bull, and I think we'll go Australia, because this is the one FBR missed out on going to. Rather annoyed with that. We were there, we were at the gate. So annoyed, but it is what it is. You can't get away from it. Goddamn coronavirus, eh? So, well, we'll just strap in just for a giggle, because it's, like I said, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably fall out of the chair, but it's all good. So, let's try this out. Flying lap. Haven't adjusted the car at all. Let's have a look at how this feels. Well, this feels like a Red Bull. I'm not gonna... Oh, it feels planted. Brakes a lot better than previously, I think, anyway. Having just literally come off Formula 1 2019, and now I've started this one. A little bit of a lock up there on the right hand front. That's good. I mean, graphically it looks fantastic. Oh, I like that sound off to the right hand side. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, stop talking to the camera. The sound reverberating off the right hand wall in my headset. That feels really good. Lock up on the left hand front. Right. See how we go. Alright, it was feeling good, even though I pushed it really hard into the air. I went in a lot hotter than I normally do into that turn 4, and it feels good. That helmet on the screen is a little unnerving though. Well, too hot. Worrying about helmets. The lockups are really weird though, because in the previous game, if you locked up, it's almost like it locked up and then stayed locked up for you and sort of skidded the front of the car along. But this is actually starting to feel really planted. And when you lock up, it's very easy to back off the lock up and sort of regain steering control, which is just like a real race car. So I don't know about a Formula 1 car, never driven one, but I don't think I'd even fit in one. But, whoop, off the grass. Yes, I know. Thanks, Jeff. This feels good. It feels really good. Okay, so in session. Look, initially it feels fantastic. Initially it feels like it feels a lot more planted. It feels a lot more like it's got a very balanced feel to it. The front end doesn't skid and slide under lockup. That feels way better. You can get a lockup, you can back off the lockup, you regain braking control, and it's not like a skid and then you just slide forwards. It's not like that at all. It's sort of like, yeah, it's very good. It's very, very good. So I'm very interested to see what it's like. Now you got Formula 2 season, which you got Formula 2 season, which I'm very, very curious as to how well that goes. But all in all, it feels good. Let's have a look at Vietnam. Oh, yeah, let's have a look at Vietnam. I might turn the the corner arrows on for Vietnam, having never even seen the track, never even seen the drive around the track, let alone driven it virtually. So, okay, let's drive. Let's take it the Ferrari. Let's take the Ferrari. Hence the flag behind me. Let's take it to Vietnam in the dry. I want to see what this feels in the dry. I want to see what this feels like. It looks amazing. Looks like an amazing track. I know it's massive long straights, but we'll see. So let's have a look. Waiting. Now think about these. They take a long time to load, console especially, but look, it's not too bad. Okay. Knowing that it is an absolute ridiculously fast circuit, I'm going to up the speed. I'm going to pause it and just put on those preferences. Just put on those racing line, because at this point in time, I don't know this track, so. So far it's got a Sochi feel, but I don't know that. Big long straight from what I understand. Oh, that's a chicane. Okay, and bang the wall. Let's try that again, but without banging the wall this time. Remember, first time ever been around here, so I'm going to play it real gentle. That helmet thing freaks me out a little. to lock up on the front there. It was really different again. Braking control. Very cool. Oh my god, this is massive. Please tell me I get another DRS. No. Jesus. That wall is going to be a killer. That wall is going to be an absolute killer, but... Oh, come on. I've beaten my rival. Well done. I don't know what that means. This is going to be a hell of a track to learn. It's going to take many, many hours for me to learn this. Brake pressure is something I might need to play around with because I seem to be liking those fronts a lot. But only at the lower end of the speed scale, like as in, well, as it comes down to the lower speeds, I tend to be locking up the wheels. Well, we'll see. Like, it's still just a matter of learning. The steering angle needs to be worked on. But having not done any adjustments at all, this is quite good. God, that's a fast section. This is a fantastic circuit. Whoever designed this circuit, kudos to you. I'm curious to you having the balls to go such a big, long straight. Oh, that wall's going to kill someone. Alright. Yeah, so it's big long straight, so I highly suggest adjusting your car and to track. Well, I absolutely love that. That's amazing. That is, yeah. That looks amazing. From the air. It's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to racing that on. Looking forward to racing that with the boys. Now, is there a Oh, okay. You click your left shifter, and there's our replay of our lap, which is quite cool. Man, it looks good. It looks pretty. A little bit of a slowdown there. Nice heat haze coming off the track there. It's weird to see that person driving around. That's a bit odd. It's really odd, and it's unsettling. So I would probably turn the ghost off because that looks weird. That looks so strange. Well, there you have it. There's my first impression, my very first impressions at what is now 1:30 in the morning. All in all, the cars feel more planted, more solid. I'll just turn that off. All in all, the cars feel more planted, more solid. They don't feel as twitchy. I mean, I'm driving that without any ABS, without any traction control, without any stability control. Um, Driving lines only just so I knew how I was going around Vietnam, but it feels solid. Like I've said 100 times already tonight, this morning. Um, it's the brake lockup. It's the being able to adjust the brake lockup and getting back on the brakes really quite easily. And it might be down to the fact that I'm using the clutch as a brake pedal, but it is also very. And I realised my light wasn't on, so you haven't really been able to see it, which is annoying. Um, but yeah, basically at this point, I would say it's look for anybody. Let's be honest. If you're a Formula One fan and you've got all the other ones like I do, I've got everything from Formula One 2010 to this one now. You're gonna get it anyway. You're gonna buy it. But if you're humming and hawing on whether to get it, look, it's a vast improvement on 2018. I will say that. If you're driving 2018 with all the assists off and going, my God, it's taking forever and I can't do it, then try this one out. I would thoroughly recommend getting this one. As for a step up from 2019, look for the tracks, and there's some extra bits. I would say, look, it depends on how big of a Formula One fan you are, really. At the end of the day, it's $100. It's $100 here in Australia. So, can you justify $100 to get a few new tracks and a few new cars and a different handling model? But it's not majorly different. So yeah, it's entirely up to you guys. Personally, I'm going to have an absolute ball with this. I'm very interested to see how we go with racing online, with friends, with Jimmy and a few of the other boys, and see how we go racing against each other online. But we'll have to see. So stay tuned. Thanks for being up this early with me. I realise you guys will probably watch this at your leisure. But yeah, it's really good to get a very first impression before I get anybody, before we get any other reviewers sort of getting in your ear about it. I always do like to make sure I've got my own ideas on what exactly is going on with it. So yeah, apart from that, have a good night. I'll see you with the other. I'll see you with FBR later on.